Hello and welcome to Rep Sports. I'm Gargi Raut, and joining me for this show is Shomik Chakrabarti and Bharat Ramraj. Australia have put 236 runs on the scoreboard for the loss. They've lost all wickets well. But does this bowling performance leave a lot to be desired? Prasidh Krishna's inconsistency glaringly on display. Shomik, over to you first. Uh, yes, the other. No, sure, go ahead. I think you already know what you want to say.
See, Gargi, this man is the very definition of liability. I'm starting with Alex Curry's catch, a sitter, and he moved like a 60-year-old. Virat Kohli is 37 years of age, and he would beat Prasidh Krishna in a 100-meter race by 10 meters. So that sums up his fitness to start with. And I mean, as far as this bowling, I go back to the Sydney Test earlier this year on the spiciest of pitch, and Bumrah was injured. And on the spiciest of pitch, he sort of single-handedly lost India the game, putting on an exhibition of half trackers on the spiciest pitch in the series. And he continues to serve up Ross. The way he bowled, he got a wicket of a half tracker again, a long up. But I don't know whether why the selectors are continuing with him. He should be binned at the earliest. Also here, I'm a bit baffled. I'm a bit baffled with Shubman Gill's captaincy. Prasidh Krishna bowled 7 overs, and Siraj bowled only five. I don't know. I'll ask Shubayan if Siraj has picked up an injury. Akshar Patel bowled only six. So I am a bit clueless as regards um, Shubman Gill's handling of the bowlers. In terms of field placement and all, he was good. But as regards his handling of the bowlers, I am a little baffled. Shubman would be able to tell us more regarding if Siraj has picked up an injury, but it beggars belief that Siraj bowled five and Akshar bowled 6 overs and Prasidh Krishna bowled 7 overs. He is an unmitigated disaster.
Shubhan, your take on that? Shubman Gill, some weird decisions being taken on the field. We are constantly questioning as to why Prasid was given so many overs. Why was it not Mohammad Siraj, or rather even an Akshar Patel who was bowling well? What was really going on out there? Because you also saw Rohit Sharma talking to the bowlers. You saw that Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli were also in discussion, uh, trying to take the right decisions. Do you still think? Of course, there is a lot of work to be done on Shubman Gill, the captain. But what really went on today?
For Prasidh Krishna, I think him bowling more overs than others. I think that's why you played him, right? You wanted to see him how he's doing. Of course, one game is not enough to you know uh, judge anyone, and he should not be judged by the basis of this performance only. But I think to the decision to give more overs to Prasidh Krishna was just to see how he's doing or how he's bowling in different patches. Siraj, to answer Shamikda's question, Siraj is fine. He was there on the field. The only concern is around Shreyas Iyer at the moment. He looked in teething pain, and when he was even walking with the team, Doctor Rohit Sharma walked up to him. Mohammad Siraj walked up to him just to check whether everyone he's fine or not. Even when he was lying down, the entire team had come together around Shreyas Iyer to see whether he's fine or not. But when he walked off, and the team doctor and Shreyas Iyer were walking towards the dugout, but at the last moment, I was there. I was very close to that stand at that time, and it was team doctor who said, "Andar le chalte." He signaled towards the dressing room, and it looked like he might have picked up something serious. So we'll wait for an update during the mid innings or at the start of the second innings. We'll see that. But it looked a bit concerning at the start. But yeah, I mean, I was surprised to not see Akshar Patel bowl a few more overs. He was clearly, pushing them to the back foot, and he was bowling really well. It was a really good spell. When Kuldeep was struggling in the first half of his spell, he picked up the wicket of Mitchell Stark uh, to start his wicket taking session. Only one wicket, I think, because I came down. But Kuldeep Yadav, first spell he struggled to find that rhythm, But credit to the Aussie batters also. They played Kuldeep really well and did not let him dominate them. Rather, they tried to up the ante against Kuldeep Yadav. So credit to the Aussie batters as well. This is a good, decent wicket to bat on. Of course, there are a few marks which Harshit uh, exploited really well. I think we have to give credit to Harshit Rana now. Back-to-back matches where he has really impressed with the ball, and I think that would silence a few critics, even some former cricketers who were questioning Harshit Rana's plays in this 11, and of course his ability to bat also. In the last game, we saw how crucial those few runs were. Otherwise, it would have been a single one-sided match. So Harshit Rana is slowly getting into the groove. But yeah, I am a tad disappointed with Prasidh Krishna. I think he should have been more intense out there. Today, of course, one match not enough to judge anyone, but Prasidh has been in this system for a while now, so he knows he's not the first choice pacer in this lineup. So whenever he's getting that chance, I think that intensity is a bit less in terms of his bowling whenever he bowls. So he's not a threatening bowler in terms of he has all the ingredients that we were discussing in the group as well, but he's not making full use of that. He is a promising prospect, but he needs to start using and utilizing these chances that he's getting. Otherwise, once Jasprit Bumrah is back, Bumrah, Siraj, these two are your frontline pacers, and of course, in looking towards South Africa, Harshit Rana might pip Prasidh Krishna as your preferred choice of pacer in that lineup, third pacer, and you have Hardik Pandya also.
Shubhan, this Shreyas injury, I mean, instantly it looked pretty bad. Any
Yeah.
update whether he would be able to bat?
No, I had asked the media managers here whether there's an update or not, but since they were also sitting in the media box, they will now go there and see whether they can get any update or not. What is around Shreyas Iyer, but it looked pretty bad as soon as he landed after taking that catch. Thankfully, he gobbled that catch up and not let that ball slip out of his palms, but it looked bad. He was in pain. He did not get up after a few minutes. It took some assistance from a couple of players and team doctor there to make Shreyas Iyer stand up to his feet, but he was looking in pain. And even when he was walking off, he was putting his head in his hand. He was in pain. He was in pain in simple terms, and hopefully nothing serious. But I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised that if he is not seriously injured, because from the first look, what we saw on television or on the ground, I think he looked in really real back pain, and it could be a serious injury. But could be a serious injury. Let's wait for an official update on that.
Shubhain, a question here regarding Shreyas Iyer because I could not figure out where exactly he got hurt. Did he hit his head really hard, or what
No, 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 no,
exactly?
no. It was around his oblique area, side strain,
Where?
where the pacers generally get the side strain. It's near his oblique area. He was touching his right oblique, and was constantly feeling that area. So Shreyas Iyer with his lower back issues, with his back issues, is already
Okay.
has already has some issues has had some issues in the past. And if you get a blow there, then the pain just increases tenfold. So let's hope for the best. Let's hope he comes out to bat and it's not serious. It's just a pain or a blow there. But going by the first look, it did not look good at all. It's the right oblique area which he was holding and feeling that area constantly while he was walking off.
And he
It
has
did
that
kind of
problem
look
of
like that.
developing spasms also. Sorry, Gargi,
Right.
just
Yes.
one. I will take a minute. He has that problem of developing spasms also. That is a
Right.
big impediment, and which is why he's not playing red ball cricket.
Right.
Absolutely. Shubhain, final question before I let you go. A word on Shubman Gill's captaincy. You saw that again, it was someone else who sort of had to take the reins from the middle. There are moments where it seems like Shubman Gill is not able to control the situation around him, and someone has to step in and guide him, or rather take control of that. What do you think of his captaincy in his third ODI?
And exactly that's the point we were discussing in the pre-show also. That the having the presence of all these experienced guys, Rohit, Virat, and others, I think that will help him get better as a captain. He's not a polished product at all. He still has a lot of work to do as a captain, and that is why this decision was taken to make him the captain 2 years before the World Cup. You know, he has leadership qualities. He has that captain's mindset, but it will take time for him to get complete control of this team, to get complete control of his players tactically also, and in terms of giving them the order that I want this from you, from this particular spell. So it will take time. He's not a finished product. He did some mistakes in the Adelaide also. In Perth, I won't judge him because that was a rain-marred match. But in Adelaide also, especially during that last partnership that Australia had and won the match, I think things could have been done better. But we know he's a pretty young guy. People will make mistakes. Even the senior most captains in the past, be it Rohit, be it Virat, be it MS, they have all made mistakes. Even during the last reign of their captaincy as well. So Shubman is not a finished product. It's not like, you know, India will win every match under him. He will make mistakes, but he will learn from it, learn from those mistakes. So that is why this extra time of 2 years was given to him, just to, you know, polish him up more, especially with these guys around like today Rohit, today Virat. They were constantly walking up to him and having that those conversations. And I liked that part where Rohit and Virat are involved in, you know, advising Shubman that this can also be done, this can also be done, and even KL Rahul for that matter. So I think this duo of Shubman, Shreyas, they will take time to you know, get accustomed to international cricket, to ODI cricket. In Test cricket, you have time. You can amend your decisions going forward. Even if you have a bad hour, you can go and then bounce back in the game. But white ball cricket is cruel. It will take some time to, you know, for Shubman, for Shreyas, all the leadership group to get a hang of how to have that grip in the match. And if you have the grip, how you don't let it slip out of your hand. So yeah, let's have patience. It's just bilateral cricket. We are not playing ICC tournaments. We are not losing a World Cup here. So this is the time you polish up your future leaders or your prospect going forward.
All right, we'll let you go there, Shubhain. Thank you so much for joining the show. We'll talk to you later after the match. Shomik, going back to you, I would have asked Bharat, but it seems to be it seems that he maybe had a problem with his internet or something. But Shomik, now coming back to Harshit Rana, we've spoken about Prasidh Krishna, his inconsistencies. After almost 2 years he's been in the circuit, and we haven't seen a huge improvement in Prasidh Krishna's bowling. He goes from looking like a world class bowler to a club bowler in the matter of two deliveries. So that's what it is still with Prasidh Krishna. But Harshit Rana, do you think he's impressed you a little bit with the kind of performances that he's put in the two ODIs that he's played?
See, I when Harshit Rana bowled cross, I criticized him. And now that he has bowled well, I have to praise him. That's the job of a reporter. We report what we see, right? So Harshit Rana, I mean, I would say that I was a big critic of Harshit Rana when he didn't bowl. He served up cross. Now he has played well. As a reporter, I have to praise him because that is what in front of us. Last game, last game he played a lovely little cameo towards the end with the bat. He made a good contribution, and today he bowled very well. So we have to report that. We have to say that. Also, one thing I'm very impressed with this guy is that he appears to be a strong character in the sense because it's not easy to handle all the trolls, all the criticism. I mean, whatever you say, I don't follow social media, stuff like that. It does get into you. So from that point of view, what do you what do you do? I mean, your response can be only on the field, and I mean, you can only let your cricket do the talking. So Harshit Rana, after part, he was down in the mud in the sense the way on the back of the Asia Cup, the way even Krishnamachari Srikant sort of told him or criticized him. But the way he bounced back in the last two matches, it is impressive. You have to acknowledge that and you have to praise that. Going ahead, if Harshit Rana bowls poorly, we'll once again report that he hasn't.
It's the fickleness of the Indian cricket fandom. Bharat, final two questions directed towards you because I didn't get to come to you throughout the show. First, Prasidh Krishna versus Harshit Rana. Harshit Rana is just entering the system, or rather the ODI setup, and Prasidh Krishna has been here for a while. He's shown us brilliant glimpses of brilliance, but at the same time, the consistency is where the issue lies. Whereas Harshit Rana, in the two chances that he's gotten, he's been impressive.
Today he was impressive. Not too sure about the second ODI because he went at 8 runs per over. Today he was definitely impressive. See, Harshit Rana definitely has the potential. The best thing about him is he gets a little more movement of the seam. Something happened. Okay, gives a little more movement of the seam than Prasidh Krishna, and someone obviously bowls the heavy ball. The key aspect for Harshit Rana was not to give much width. He kept giving a lot of width in the second game. That is why he went for 59 runs in whatever 7 overs or whatever in the last game. But today's lines were much tighter, and that is why he scored over Prasidh Krishna today because if you give width to the Australian batters, if you bowl both sides of the wickets, then it becomes a problem then it becomes a problem with Indian pace bowlers, as Australians are very, very good with a cut stroke, square cut, playing square of the wicket or behind square. And that is where I think Prasid didn't do well, and Harshit did much better because his lines were much tighter.
The other question is about Shubman Gill. That's the question that I asked Shubhayan as well. At this point, what are you thinking about his decisions on the field? Oh, he disappeared. Okay, never mind. Shomik, I'll go to you now. There are quite a lot of comments here, so let's take at least one of them before we close the show. Fitmonk is saying, despite a good run for India, Prasid is not improving. His length is always flatter. Feeling sad for Arshdeep. I think we've addressed that pretty in a lot of detail. Let's take this one. Pradipto Bhattacharya. India's catch efficiency is the lowest. Does it raise any concern?
I have been saying this since time immemorial now, right? Isn't it, Gagi? I mean, 69%. It is pretty poor. It is absolutely poor. And this coach, T. Dilip, needs to get out of this denial mode. In England, when 23 catches were dropped, and that was the difference between India winning the series and drawing it, he said the slope, it was the slope, and fielders struggled to adjust with the slope. In At the Asia Cup, when 12 catches were dropped, he said Dubai's stadium's ring of fire. That is the reason they are not being able to take high catches. Come on, this is the highest level of cricket. It is not club cricket. This is the highest level of cricket, and the fielders and the players are expected to be prepared in a way that they can overcome such impediments, right? So what he has been doing, I have been maintaining for a long time now that BCCI needs to appoint a better fielding coach. The BCCI sacked T. Dilip after the Australia tour, along with Abhishek Nair. But on the advice of a senior cricketer, I won't name him here, it would be proper, but on the advice of a senior cricketer, T. Dilip was reinstated. But I think the time has come for the BCCI to reassess, and we will be entering a crucial phase after the South Africa tour. The buzz would be about the T20 World Cup. At the T20 World Cup, India can ill afford to drop so many catches or be so average as far as ground fielding is concerned. Hopefully, the BCCI hierarchy is taking note and they will act.
On that note, we'll take your leave. We'll lots of questions there, I know, but we'll address all of them in the post-match show. It will be a long one, 5 at 5. So don't forget to join us then. We'll decipher the entire game, what's going on, and first of all, before all of that happens, it's time for Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli to step out for the final time on Australian soil. So, yes, Shamik, you wanted to say something?
No, Gargi. Before going, I have a question for you. Are
Yeah.
you predicting Virat Kohli's resurrection in this game?
Oh, it will be difficult, I think. But at the same time, you want to see him do well. But I don't see
Exactly.
after back-to-back ducks, that changes a lot of things mentally as well. Not that Virat Kohli doesn't have the ability to make that comeback or make that bounce back, because he's one of the greatest. He's got that in there, but at the same time, technically, not sure if it'll happen on a wicket like this. Let's see though. I think what we will see is 20-30 runs from Virat Kohli, but I don't see a huge total being scored.
If he gets to 20 or 30 on this pitch, I think he will bat long. Hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully he can overcome that initial phase of jittery. That first 8-10 deliveries can get into the
Hmm.
group, maybe a couple of boundaries here and there. And once they get into the 20s or 30s, I expect Virat, if he can get there, that would be the
Exactly.
that would be his biggest challenge. But if he can get there into 20, past 25, I think he should bat long on this pitch.
It's the first 10-15 deliveries that he has to get through,
Yeah,
and then he's
that
got
is
it
his
all under
biggest
control.
challenge.
Yes.
Exactly.
All right. Talk to you in the post match show, Shomik. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. We'll be
Thank
back
you.
very soon, so don't forget to join.